for another quick tutorial on using my digital products. Today I wanted to show you how you can send out a Google form to collect end-of-year notes. So we know that when we're in the classroom like normal, we might all sit in a circle and share yearbooks. There's different things that we could be doing, but this year is so unique that we do not have that opportunity. So I wanted to show you how to use technology so that students can still get kind notes from each other. You're going to go in your drive and go to New Form. So you got to go down here to More, New Google Form, and then we're going to title this End of Year Notes. And then each of these little questions is actually going to be one of your students. So I'll call my first student Quinn, and make sure you change this to paragraph. We have Theo, paragraph, Athena, paragraph, Calvin, paragraph. So however many students you have is however many of these little questions you'll have. In the description, you're going to give student directions. So please write a kind note to each of your classmates. Tell them how much you appreciate them and what you wish for them next year. Be sure to sign your name after each note. So it's super important that they sign their name so that when students read their notes, they know who it's from instead of having their own. Like what a lot of you might think to do is have name be the first choice, but that's not going to work. It's going to be really hard for you to figure out whose notes are whose. So I'm going to go ahead and do an example, and we're going to say this is from me, Miss O'Connor, the teacher, and let's say this is from Everly. I am so proud of how you have grown this year. You really worked so hard and it shows. I hope you come visit me next year. Love, Miss O'Connor. And I'm going to put a little note on each student just to remind them. Sign your name at the end. I'll go ahead and copy and paste this for each line. Okay, so once you have all of your students listed, it's time to share the link. And to share it, you're going to go to Send. And this little guy right here, that is the link. And so you can shorten it. And this is the link you will share with families through Google Classroom, through email, through ClassDojo, Seesaw. It doesn't matter how you share it, just that you share it. The other thing you could do is type their actual emails, but I find this to be so much easier. So we're going to copy it, and then this is what a student page will look like. So as you can see, they can't edit the form, they can just fill it out. Now we're going to pretend like I'm Everly and write a note to each friend so that you can see an example. Quinn. So this can be kind of daunting, especially for young students. So what I would do is I would encourage them to do 3 or 4 at a time instead of all at once. You can get parents to help you. You could also send this out a few at a time. If you feel like it's too much to send it all out at once, just send out a few names every day. And then by the end of the week or the end of next week, everyone will have written notes to everyone. Because this could be kind of daunting for them to have to write, 20 notes at one sitting, especially for our young students. Theo, yours. So hopefully their notes would be a little bit longer, but I'm just trying to show you an example. And just a reminder, that we want them to sign after every page. And then Calvin. Okay, so now I'm finished. So the child will go ahead and submit this form. and then I'll show you what it looks like. So when they submit the form, you will get all of these notes. So all of Quinn's notes will be together, all of Theo's notes will be together, all of Athena's notes. You would just have, under this note from Everly, you would have another one, and then another one, and then another one. So now you have all of the notes compiled. You can add it into their memory books. So I'm just going to show you one example. Go ahead and copy this one. And this is my digital memory book. So there's Everly's notes, Quinn's notes, and I'm going to call this book Quinn's Memory Book. So the other pages are the same for each kid, but you will come in and add those notes to the memory book. So ideally, she would have, 20 notes from her 20 different friends. You could change the color if you want to, just to make it more exciting. You could highlight it, lots of different things you could do. And then you can write a note from you. So I just think it's easier to copy text boxes than make a new one. Quinn, I am so proud of how much you have grown. So, you'd probably write a much longer note than this, just as an example. And then I'm going to make it bigger. What would be super sweet is if you also wanted to add a little video message. To do that, you would go to Insert Video, and you could make a video message. So now we have Quinn's notes from her friends and notes to her from her teacher saved. So we're going to make a copy. Now there's two different ways to do this. You could send out the memory book to every student and then just send out their notes separately. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send this whole memory book to Quinn so that she has the memory book to work on and she already has her notes. I just find that's easier. So I don't need to select any slides. I'm going to come up here, File, make a copy of the entire presentation, Quinn's memory book. So it's going to take a second. I'm going to go ahead and open up Google Classroom because that's how I'm going to show you how to share it. But you could also just copy this link if you wanted. I'm going to make a new assignment, create assignment memory book. Please complete these pages all about our first grade year. At the end, you'll find notes. And then instead of sharing it with all students, you would just find her name. So I don't have this set up with everybody, but you would click the one that says Quinn because it's Quinn's memory book. Then you can add it from your drive. Quinn's memory book. So now she has the assignment as well as the activities, now she has the activities to complete as well as her notes from her peers. And then you'll want to make sure that she can edit the file. You don't need to make a copy for each student for this because each kid is getting their own. So you will have to share this individually with each student, but I think it's super special and something they will keep forever. So if you have any questions about sharing this memory book, please feel free to reach out. I would love to help you figure this out so that your kids can get kind notes from each other and from you. Have a great end of year.